Okay, I oppose House Bill 4823. The probate court process must be attentive to details in the matter of good governance, as human nature is flawed. There is no need for more probate judges until the current probate judges are investigated for their malfeasance, misfeasance, and tortious interference in the personal lives of many, including me, a citizen of Macomb County since 1964. There must be a state standard of best practices to govern the conduct of all judges and to provide consequences to judges who fail to establish and maintain high standards of judicial and personal conduct. Judges are an arbiter of facts and law for the resolution of disputes and are considered a highly visible symbol of government under the rule of law. Judges individually and collectively must respect and honor the judicial office as public trust matters. My name is Ted Scarborough, and I have lost confidence in our legal system. I am demanding a complete investigation regarding the matter of Judith theft. There is reasonable cause to believe that members of the Michigan State Bar are conducting themselves in the crime of racketeering. The probate court system was organized in 1978 under Michigan's Public Act 543, MCL 600.801. And judges were assigned to serve in this organized system under MCL 600.803. Macomb County has 2 probate judges legally allowed to serve in this now continuing organized crime ring. On March 1st, 1985, the Michigan rules took effect. The Michigan Rules of Court are the rules adopted by the Michigan Supreme Court to govern Michigan's legal system and the judges, lawyers, and other professionals who are charged with preserving the integrity of our court system. The purpose of the court rules is to establish uniform rules and procedures for all levels of Michigan's court systems. These regulations ensure that cases are resolved without undue delay and that those who appear in the court receive respect, due process, and equal treatment under the law. Again, my name is Theodore Scarborough. I am not a professional gigolo, nor have I been accused or charged for domestic violence by law enforcement. Yet a group of professionals who work in the probate court system are allowed to speak ill will about me to a probate judge without having Judy in the courtroom by my side. The judge is failing to mandate the proofs of these newest charges spoken about me on the court record by a county public administrator in his role as a court-appointed conservator and guardian. This is my sworn testimony that I am putting on the legislative record to clear the facts that I did not cause Judy to have a TBI, and I don't run an illegal drug business. In fact, I do have a blue-collar job. I religiously deposit my money into our joint bank account, and I have helped Judy with my sweat equity to turn a foreclosure house into a perfect retirement place for Judy and I. This is until it was stolen from us in a racketeering plan under a judge and court administration who approved the letters of authority to become Judith theft and to use a court order to transfer the proceeds of our permanent place of residency into a special needs trust where this attorney became the court-ordered trustee just before paying himself $43,000 in legal and fiduciary fees to set up this plot of deception with the help of his racketeering professionals. I am a lifelong friend of Judith theft, where I witnessed her suffer a civil death by the actions of a judge, an APS agent, and multiple attorneys. Judy has a sister and son that both assisted in the killing of their own living family members by allowing the Michigan legal system and their organized probate professionals to ignore the wishes of my loved one for the past decade. Judy and I have been in a permanent relationship since late 2012, and we shared a permanent house and joint bank account together. We had a home that was purchased in 2013 for $63,000 that we both operated, updated, and maintained. Without our consent, this home was sold for $199,900 in 2023, and $43,000 of the proceeds were used to pay the nominated and court-ordered county public administrator, Gilsonin, after an APS agent, Shaw, filed a petition for the probate judge, Harrison, to approve of this matter in which Judy became an incapacitated person. Frivolous hearsay was used that was never supported by law enforcement reports, past medical records, or sworn testimony from her doctors, photographs, written affidavits, or sworn testimony under oath with the penalty of perjury. Judy was able to express her wishes to the probate judge in writing, over the phone, in voice messages, and in court. Yet the probate judge was able to use the unproven allegation of domestic violence as a way to kill Judy off in a civil probate matter while isolating us from each other. This false allegation of domestic violence that was never proven to be true has caused me to spend money on attorneys, to demand jury trials that were ignored, to file petitions in the courtroom that were never responded back to, and has sent me off to jail twice because a group of attorneys were able to start a perjury campaign on me that was never supported by law enforcement, evidence, written affidavits, or even by Judy under sworn or recorded testimony. I am tired of the last year of multiple sleepless nights. Living in Macomb County for 59 years, I am shocked that this is happening to many others and me living in Michigan. Hearsay by a group of attorneys who can benefit off of this crime of racketeering must be investigated. As the Michigan Elder Abuse Task Force under Assistant Attorney General Scott Teeter clearly is aware of the plot to abuse the probate system by creating the civil death of a medically frail person who suffers from a debilitating illness. Judith Teth has not once said in court that she wanted to move out of her home, let alone move out of Michigan. During the October 24, 23 court hearing, it was revealed that Judith Teth was moved out of Michigan and the proceeds of the home that was placed in a special trust fund, with the Michigan attorney being the trustee, is now under the laws of the state of Missouri. These Michigan attorneys in the county of Macomb have abused Judy's life and house equity to traffic her over the state lines so that their racketeering actions would go unnoticed. But today, the legislatures are being put on notice of this crime. The Macomb County Probate Administration are aware of the written actions of one medical doctor on 4/14/2022 and one APS agent on 4/18/2022, who both used probate court forms to present this victim of elder abuse to the probate judge. Now the court ordered guardians stated in the October 24, 23 court hearing that Judy, who was only on 2 medicines for her seizures and low blood sugar, is now on over a dozen high-level prescriptions that he's keeping her drugged and isolated from me. The county sheriffs of Macomb County, the prosecuting attorney of Macomb County, the state court administration, Region 1, and the Department of the Attorney General are all aware of my concerns of elder abuse and racketeering of Judith Teth, as the evidence to prove the false hearsay of domestic violence by these professionals has been submitted to multiple public functionaries in roles to investigate. Now I'm asking for a charge of racketeering spearheaded by the legislatures, where multiple attorneys are aiding and abetting the trafficking of my fiancée, Judy Teth. Over the past year, my recourse has been, it's the role of the Supreme Court and the Commission of the Judicial Tenure and Attorney Grievance to investigate. Now I'm demanding an investigation through our representative legislatures under Article 6, Section 25 of the Michigan Constitution. A Macomb County judge must be removed for reasonable cause. Our legislatures and governor were elected to protect the general public and people like Judith Teth from the 102 bad actors in our judiciary, also known as our probate judges. No one is legally allowed to ignore our Michigan Constitution. It is a duty by all elected public functionaries to protect the general public, and people like Judith Teth and her, my loved one, all types of families matter in Michigan. Due to the organized nature of Public Act 543 of 1979, Sandra Judge Harrison, who was provided her position under MCL 600.803, has allowed the racketeering of a medical doctor, an APS agent, and multiple attorneys to abuse a medically frail woman with a debilitating illness while she was in a loving relationship with me. Another Macomb County citizen who called 911 emergency services in April of 22 when Judy suffered another seizure at her home in Clinton Township. Judy and I, who have been a couple since late 2012, have not been in contact with each other since August 10 of 2022 due to a frivolous no contact order after an illegal summons and complaint was filed with the district court to evict me from my legally permanent place of residency where I was a part of the community as I paid taxes into the state and country. The racketeering plan to abuse Judith Teth with me out of the picture has been successful, as a group of professionals would only be paid if the probate judge provided the court order to transfer a deed on the property that both Judy and I resided in as a loving couple. These predators in the probate court system have financially exploited a vulnerable adult while assaulting me and stole my good credit and ruined my character. Time is of the essence. Where is Judith Teth? And why was she moved out of state to a family member that is not suitable to be a guardian? Why didn't the son listen to his mother's wishes to stay in her Clinton Township home? And why would this son allow her home to be sold and her proceeds to be given first to a court-appointed attorney, then to the state of Missouri? Why would the son allow an attorney to be paid over $43,000 in legal and fiduciary fees when it could have gone to him and his sister if they didn't sign off on her inheritance back in January of 2023, after Judy suffered another fall in a nursing home that caused her to be hospitalized? Do they really care about their mother? It is in fact that neither of Judy's children was ever involved in Judy's daily care like I was. Judith has been clearly moved out of Michigan to stop the public scrutiny of harming a vulnerable adult who was placed in the organized crime of racketeering after a guardian ad litem did his short report and a probate judge was able to strip Judy's citizenship away from her and then turn her into a ward of the state. The son of Judith Teth and her court-appointed professionals are not going to get away with this heinous crime of elder abuse and racketeering. The undue influence of the probate court system and the harm done by uncaring family members is clearly evident in this April 22 probate file. Where is the police filing, vulnerable adult incident reports for the people? I am available with all my evidence to speak with the judicial investigator in a timely manner. I want to see, hear, and visit with my fiancée, who was stolen from me after I called 911 emergency to help her with her vulnerable state and debilitating illness. She was my family and my loved one. I want respect, my due process, and time with Judith Teth with a well-oiled supervised process. Public functionaries must be held responsible and accountable. They must face consequences for harming Judy and I. Elected Judge Harrison had the power and the authority to question fraud, perjury, slander, defamation, and false pretenses, but instead awarded her court-appointed favored attorney $43,000 in legal and fiduciary fees. This is financial exploitation at its worst. Under the penalty of perjury, I swear under the Bible that this is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God. Theodore Scarborough, Macomb County citizen.